What's going on, comic book community, Lombok Love Affair, and QWERTY Comics, Baltimore Comic Con Day 2. So, I'm tired. I'm losing my voice. I mean, we hoofed it.
We were there for 9 hours.
So we did the con, then we went out to eat with our friend Martin, and now we're back at the room looking through our hauls, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So we're not going to belabor the point. I did some show floor footage that I took, and I'm going to show that in day 3's video, so stay tuned for that. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. Make sure you hit that link down below, as well as hit that little notice in the video description that has QWERTY Comics' name, and you can get linked to his channel and subscribe to him. Before we get into this haul, I also want to thank Bronze and Modern Gods for having both of us separately on their podcast, on their YouTube channel, and they're great guys. Met them for the first time, but have been following them on Instagram and YouTube for quite some time. So be sure to check them out. They probably don't need any help with their subscribers. They are doing just fine, but if you are new to them, subscribe to them as well. And I will put their names in the chat or in the description of the video below. And if you haven't seen that video yet, it's on their page. You know, they did an interview, maybe about 10 minutes for each of us, talking about different things related to the books we bought, gave a preview of what I picked up, and then just some influences for our own collecting journeys. So all that being said, let's get into the haul. So first off, I'm gonna show some books that I was surprised to find at this convention. And I don't really find these much at all, but they harken back to my days loving Valiant Comics. And these are actually some Gold Key comics. So Solar Man of the Atom, and I think this might be issue 5. The thing with the Gold Key books is that they don't have the issue numbers on the cover, they're inside on the first page. So this is the first time that Solar is wearing the iconic red costume. So this is a book that I've always seen. As a kid, I was like, oh, this is like the original Solar. I read the Valiant Solar, but I never read these. So the covers are beautiful. And I got these for like 20% off. This, as well as this Solar, which is the Origin Retold. And you see kind of the circle of Solar life right there. So that's pretty cool. And then I just picked up this one, Dr. Solar, this sort of homage, or maybe it's the original cover to the, what is it, the 10,000 Foot Woman or something like that? The old TV show or movie, not sure what it was. Never watched it, but it is apparently iconic. So, but this is a really cool cover. So those were things I was not expecting to find. What about you, Sean?
Well, you know, you could probably find this book on every shelf there, but for the price that I got it at, I couldn't say no, and it was like one of the last booths that we went to. So I'm just gonna hold it up. Everyone knows it. X-Men '94. Scored this for a great price. It does have the center page is just detached on the bottom, so I know that's gonna take a hit, but the rest of it presents real nice. It might come back like a mid-grade. I got it for $225.
He got a great deal. I mean, were you jealous that I bought one earlier this week?
Maybe. I just saw it and I was like, you know, you know what the book's going for. And the guy was like, oh yeah, I just got this in. I was like, oh, how much? And he was like, this price. And I was like, we do $225? And he was like, yeah.
He took $75 off. So like, he got a good price.
I was like, cool. I didn't think that was going to happen.
Iconic book, really great,
yeah,
great, solid condition. Even with that little detached,
yeah,
that's a great find.
This will be my 3rd copy. You got to do some more hunting, but
I don't know if I want a 3rd copy. I'm good with 2. Next up, we both ended up at a booth. Actually, the Heroes Con booth. That, you know, the guys that run Heroes Con had their own booth. Heroes Con is in Charlotte. This is Baltimore. So I'd never been to Heroes, but they always set up here in Baltimore. And they had their typical back issues and the wall books, but then they had a set of piles that were $25 each. And so we took a look at them and found some goodies. And had to kind of restrain ourselves because as you would pick up $25 books, it adds up. So I picked up four really nice ones. And then, well, I'll get to the others in a minute. So I picked up a really nice copy of Amazing Spider-Man 124, First Man Wolf. I had just bought this book earlier in the winter for a bit more than $25, but this is solid. It could use a press. There's a reason it's $25. You know, it's not like they didn't know what they had. It was a lower grade book, but it presents really well. So the spine could use some work, but it is a great book that I'm glad to have a second copy. Also picked up a really minty copy of Amazing Spider-Man 265, first appearance of Silver Sable. Again, $25. I can't believe I found this for $25, and this is a one that I will likely press and send out to be graded. Similarly, really minty copy of Uncanny X-Men 164, the first appearance of Carol Danvers in her binary, Shi'ar, you know, the what do they call them? The Starjammers, like that type of character vibe, that new version of the Carol Danvers. So this is 164, minty. And then I also picked up Fantastic Four 56, the first appearance of Claw, really solid copy. And then we finished at the $25 and the vendor said, oh, I have a box of $10 behind here. So gladly looked at those. I love every time a dealer says, oh, I have a box behind the counter, because that means those books are not being looked at regularly. So there might be some gems in there that are not picked over. So I picked up for $10, X-Men 46. I need to bag it. It was unbagged, solid copy, great spine, Silver Age, Uncanny X-Men. And then also picked up Amazing Spider-Man 209, which is the first appearance of Calypso, who Ariana DeBose is going to be playing in the Craven movie, apparently. So good spec buy. It's a second copy for me. It actually might be a better grade. Last but not least, a little disappointing. Later in the day, we went back. We took our friend Martin there, and he picked up some books. We saw what was left. And I picked up Journey into Mystery 118 for $25. They had this left. And picked it up, paid my money. I actually looked through it, opened it up, looked through it, thought it was fine. But then as I'm putting it in my bag, as we walked away from the booth, I noticed there was writing on the back. And the writing says it's missing the last page of the backup story. I did not catch that. Novice move. It happens. So $25, hard to beat for a Silver Age Journey into Mystery. First appearance of the Destroyer armor. So it's an iconic Thor book. But a bummer that the reason it was $25 is a pretty drastic reason.
Yeah.
Oh well.
You win some, you lose some, right? I'll go through mine pretty quick. This was a great find, and it mostly just needs a cleaning, and it should be a pretty presentable book. It does have some grease pencil on it. It's Amazing Spider-Man 78, first appearance of the Prowler.
So you see that grease.
Yeah, you can see it right there. It says like $2 or something on it.
You can get that off.
Yeah, it should come off pretty easily. And then, so that was $25, and then Iron Fist 1 for $25. I did check through it. It is complete.
So Sean was opening it up. We're sitting here looking through the books, and he finds John Byrne.
Look at that.
John Byrne signed the inside, as a lot of creators did back in the early days of conventions. They didn't want to sign on the artwork on the cover. Go figure. That's what happened.
And the book is a really nice condition of it too. So I was like, oh, double win. This I picked up for one of my brothers, just for holiday gifts. Star Wars 1, the Whitman reprint. So it's not the first print, but I think they'll be happy with whatever. This was like too good to pass. Fantastic Four 57, an amazing Jack Kirby cover. It's very iconic. Doom.
Anything Dr. Doom,
Yeah.
Silver Surfer.
So $25. I didn't see anything wrong with it besides I think the back cover has a tear on it. And then for $10, I grabbed a newsstand of it's not mint of Mighty Thor 337 first Beta Ray Bill. So
Great book.
Yeah, this will just get a clean and press. It's probably like a 7, but still it'll make someone very happy. It's a great iconic cover.
Iconic first appearance.
Yeah.
Okay. Also getting into the rest of the haul and just kind of rapid fire talking about books. In my last video for day 1 of Baltimore Comic Con, I talked about picking up the Neil Adams books when I could find them on the cheap. And so I did. I found a bunch more in really decent condition, and I got great deals. Oftentimes the price on the sticker is not what I paid. Most people were willing to wheel and deal and make the customer happy. So I picked up Batman and Robin 235, the second appearance of Ra's al Ghul. I have the first. This is a really cool Neil Adams cover. So really excited to add this to the collection. These Batmans, I'm not sure why I didn't collect them sooner. They're all ones that I've been interested in, so it's great to find them. I also picked up 240, which is the third appearance of Ra's al Ghul. There's a little theme here. I have the first appearance, so picking up the second and the third has been really kind of a cool thing. And the covers are so detailed. I can't wait to dive into them. Also picked up a decent copy of Batman 243, the first Lazarus Pits, the rejuvenation pits for Ra's al Ghul. This cover is hard. It is a black cover. It is prone to being destroyed. And so this seller had a $30 copy and a $50 copy. And so I picked up the $30 copy because this actually had a better condition cover. I think this is the better condition book, minus a little corner bend that could be pressed out. And last and not least for the Neil Adams is I picked up Detective Comics 401. This is the first team up of Batgirl and Robin. So it's a really cool cover. I was actually talking to a local buddy of mine, Mark, who was at the same booth when I was picking up this book, and he was saying how he picks this book up all the time, just as I had it in my hand. So hopefully he didn't mind I was picking it up for the first time. And speaking of Mark, he did give me a little gift, a signed copy of the reprint of Silver Surfer 51. This is Marvel Greatest Creators. He thought it was signed by Ron Lim. I think it might be Ron Mars. So I know Ron Lim's signature very well, and unless he went spastic as he was writing, it was probably Ron Mars. But pretty cool book. It does say on the back, signed by Ron Lim in Baltimore Comic Con years ago. So we'll see.
I only have a couple more books, but they're all key-ish. And so I bought an upgrade copy of Nova 1. So I got this for a good price. I think everyone needs it. It's a great book. And then I've been eyeing this and waiting for it to come down in price, and it finally was like a really nice affordable price. But the Iron Man and Submariner one-shot before they get their solo series. So this was a great steal. I got it for like $100. And it's like a middle highish, maybe like a 6. We'll get a nice clean and press. And then I got Power Man and Iron Fist 66, which is the second Sabretooth. I do love this cover. It's a great one. The green and orange go really well together. And then I was hunting all day yesterday to find a really nice condition for a good price. And the prices were all over the place on the con floor. Mostly really high for what it's kind of going for online. But I found the first Cloak and Dagger, which is the Spectacular Spider-Man 64. And this copy is a really nice copy, probably somewhere in the 9s. No spine ticks, really, really clean. Gonna give it a nice clean and press. Gotta love that cover.
There's something really rewarding about hunting for 2 days at a convention and finally finding the book.
Exactly.
Especially because you're surrounded by comic books, but oftentimes you see the same books. But to find a book in your price range is great. So I have one more stack left, and started off with a couple of variants. So I got this amazing Thor Del Otto cover for $10. Del Otto did this variant cover. It's issue number 6. This is the black, is this Black Winter? It might be Black Winter. It's the Donny Cates run. And just a cool, iconic, dark cover. This is Near Mint Plus. This is a really great cover. I see nothing wrong with it. Excited for that. A book I never see, Nova number 1 Matina variant. I got this for $20. Great cover. I got it cheap. It is only cheap because it's not near mint. I never seen this book in the wild. It does have some color rub. It does have a couple spine ticks. And it has this odd line that is not quite a crease and it's not a tear on the cover. It does indent it. So not near mint by any means, and might even just be a mid-grade book, but because it's a rare comic, it's a rare variant, and I'm a big cosmic book collector, it's here. It's in my collection. One I've been looking for the past 2 days is Captain America Annual number 8. Was looking for a decent price. I think I paid around $20, $25, and that's about market, and it's probably a VF Plus condition. Mike Zeck cover, iconic. Classic X-Men number 1. I got this for a little bit of a discount. Minty. Maybe I'll get it signed by Art Adams. He did not have my sketch ready today. I am nervous. I hope he gets it done tonight or early tomorrow so I can pick it up before the con ends. That would be amazing. So let's hope. Keep your fingers crossed. A couple more books. Found this for a great discount. Uncanny X-Men 98 for $20.
That's a score.
$20. What's wrong with this book? Nothing. I can't find anything wrong with it. It's probably a VF condition book. So as I see these Cockrum and Byrne run of Uncanny X-Men from the Bronze Age, I pick them up if they're cheap. Similarly, X-Men 138, the book after the death of Dark Phoenix. So this is a book I paid $10 for. Great book, solid condition. Again, probably about VF. 2 more books, New Mutants 86. I bought it because I don't have a newsstand, and I am a newsstand collector, and this one presents really well. I think it is near mint minus at least, if not maybe a 9.4 candidate. I'm not going to grade it, but happy to have a newsstand in this book, which is the prelude to Cable. And the book I have been looking for ages. Looking for this, and my friend Carl, the dealer who I find a lot of modern variants from, he does a lot of local shows, but he was there. Some of the books that I've showed today are from him. He had this book, Justice League 69, 4th print, DCU variant. The 4th print was only the DCU variant to my knowledge. And this is the one printing I do not have for all the Death of Superman. I have all the printings of all the Death of Superman crossovers, and this is the last one I needed, and I could not find it in good condition on eBay, and have certainly never encountered it in the wild. So to find this rare book in his bins, I knew he'd be the one to have it at one day, and he did have it today. So that's the haul. Whew!
Hey, you got more books today than I did, I feel.
Did you get more books than me yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. We have to pack tonight. We have to get our luggage stored tomorrow because we have one more day at the con. Art Adams, please come through. Please come through. And I hopefully I'm not going to do a lot of buying tomorrow. I'm tired.
You say that now.
My wallet is tired. Maybe there'll be deals. Day 3, there's often deals. Thank you for watching this video. If you've watched day 1 and day 2 and you got through both, congrats. Thank you. Much appreciated. Be sure to subscribe. Comment down below if there's a favorite thing you saw that we picked up. If you are at Baltimore Comic Con and you're hunting for things, let us know what you're hunting. Put that in the description below. It's been great to see members of the community come up and say hello. So if you are there and you see us, give us a wave, give us a handshake. Happy to say hi and meet you. So thanks again. We'll see you tomorrow.